Hello, welcome back to MFWoodShop. Today, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of in a spot in my life anyway where things are changing and I need to adapt to that change, I think. And it's going to kind of start with this garage. First and foremost, I'm going to clean up around here because I got shit all over the place. But you may notice, if you followed me for any length of time, I had a bandsaw here, right about where my hand is. I had that for a long time. It was a big 16-inch jet bandsaw. That is gone now. I sold that and don't even know if I'm going to replace it with a bandsaw. And if I do, it's going to be a much smaller one. And then back in the corner, I got a deep freezer now, but I got rid of the dust collector as well. So I think I'm going to change that as well, at least in the future. Probably not anytime soon. That dust collector was really good, and it was one that I picked up from MFWoodShop, and I had it running up, around, down, and anyway, it worked good, but it's gone now, and I'll move on to something else in the future. I'm thinking maybe a couple smaller ones instead of one big one. My garage is just not that big, and that was taking up a lot of room, and now, at least in my life, I needed some more freezer space. I want to get into, storing some meat and, freezer stuff. But also, my woodworking hobby has dwindled a little bit over the last year or so, and I've been getting into an aquarium hobby. So I've been thinking about something for that out here, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, long story short, I'm going to clean up, I'm going to think about some stuff, and we'll go from there. So it really does look pretty chaotic when I pick up and clean up the shop, especially watching it back on the camera. What I would notice as I pick up something from this area, I may go across the shop and put it away. But when I'm over in the other shop putting that away, I grab something else that may go into another area, and it seems like I'm going all over the place putting stuff away, and really I think that's the most efficient way to do it. If I need to put this over there, I'll take this over there, but I'll also grab something from over there and maybe put it back over here. So I'm doing two things at once, but it really doesn't look like that on camera. clean out a corner that you forgot about for really the last 3 years, you find some unique items. This was a transition piece that I had to custom make going from my living room to my kitchen because the floors were at a little bit of different height. I had to actually make something for that specifically, and also the ones in the stores that you buy were exactly 6 feet long, and I needed one that's 6 foot 3 inches long. So I had to actually custom make a threshold, and that's what this was. It's just a piece of oak that I had to make. Another long forgotten item that I had, this was a I don't know what you call it. I put it inside my planer and it would make it one continuous piece all the way through. You would lose about 3/4 inches of depth on your thickness planer, but it was a more continuous feed and it was to reduce snipe. This was something that I did when I first started woodworking because I didn't know how to reduce snipe and set up the machine correctly. Once I learned how to set up the machine correctly, I got rid of my snipe and I've never used this board again. Another thing I've been noticing, I had that huge 2 horsepower or horse and a half power. Actually, I don't even know how big it was. Anyway, I had that huge dust collector out there. Had a 5-inch intake and a big cyclone and everything. I've had a lot of dust on the damn floor for having that big old cyclone. One thing I found pretty invaluable, at least in my shop, instead of having a big 55-gallon trash pan, just a couple 5-gallon buckets, put a liner in there, and then you can just empty these out. You'll have to empty them out more frequently, but it's just a little easier. No stress. It's loose. Probably try that later. Maybe not good trash. From. But it could be better. Now, if you watch my videos for any length of time, you know I have a pneumatic plastic gate setup down here, which I don't really need now since I don't have a dust collector yet. So what I do need to do is open the blast gate for the table saw so I can clean out there periodically while I don't have a dust collector. And not very much dust in there. We'll just keep that blast gate open for now, and when I get a new dust collector I'll put it back. And I'll keep these hoses for the future because this stuff's expensive. So this gray box was just a small air compressor, and the only thing I used it for was for the pneumatic blast gates on the back of the table saw, and this one here that I use for my planer and sander combo. So I've already disconnected the air lines and the power, and I just built this box to go around this little cheap compressor just to eliminate some of the noise. That was the only reason. I'm telling you, if you don't have a cheap, small, little leaf blower to blow your sawdust out of your shop, you are missing out. Make sure it's small, light, portable, and battery operated. And you'll use it all the time, every day you're in the shop. Well, quite honestly, if you stuck around this far, you're probably asking, what the hell's the point of this video? Well, there wasn't one. I knew I needed to clean up a little bit, and usually when I clean up, I find other things to do and other projects that needs to be done. For instance, at the beginning of the video, I told you I got rid of the dust collector and put a freezer back here. Well, I now know what I want to do with that space. I want to put some shelves up there and store a fairly large size tote over that I got behind the camera up on that shelf. And that's for my second hobby, which is aquariums. Fish aquariums has been really where my interest has been at lately. I'm finding myself enjoying the fish, enjoying decorating, and I even built a tank from scratch, and I'm really starting to like that. Lots to still learn, and I'm nowhere near a professional at it or anything, but it's fun, and that's where my interest is at right now. And right now, woodworking is not a part of that interest. It still has its place in my heart and in my shop, so I'm not gonna just get rid of all my tools and clean out my shop and switch it over to aquarium. I'm not gonna do that. But if I'm gonna support two hobbies, I may have to, adjust a little bit, and that's kind of where I'm doing and kind of what I'm doing. But like I said, no point to this video, just cleaning up and making some observations while I do so. If you enjoy kind of this vlog style, let me know, and maybe I'll do some more. Every time I do a project, I have to clean up, and usually anytime I clean up, I'm finding something else to do. So if you find yourself wanting to be out in the shop, just go out and clean, and you'll find 5 other things to do. I already got a list that I need to do. Most of it's probably not camera worthy, but it's just stuff I gotta do. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.